Well, it's a small document and the writing on it is even tinier, but it is one of the biggest and most monumental documents in our world's history. It is the Magna Carta, and it is on display right here in Winnipeg for the next month at Magna Carta Law, Liberty and Legacy, the exhibit at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. And joining us right now is Susie Rodness, the co-chair of Magna Carta Canada. Susie, responsible for bringing this historic document into our country. First of all, Susie, for those of us who don't know, this document is almost 800 years old. Can you tell us what is the significance of it? Why is it so important?
Well, the original, there are 24 known Magna Carta exemplifications in the world today. This one was issued in the year 1300 by King Edward I. He's the grandson of King John, who was the original king who had sealed the document at Runnymede in 1215. The one that we have, is on loan from Durham Cathedral in northeastern England, just south of the Scottish border, and it turned 800 this year, the original issuance. The original document had 63 clauses in it. The 4 clauses that still are of importance to us today is the concept that no one is above the law, not even the king, not even the leader of the government. The second concept is habeas corpus, the right to not be detained without being charged with a crime. The third concept is the right to a trial by a jury of one's peers. And the fourth is really the beginning of women's rights. In 1215, if a woman lost her husband, the king could force her, compel her to remarry. And to give up her property to her new husband. This document protected the rights of noble widows. So really the early stirrings of women's rights.
And now we're joined by Corey Timpson. He's the director of exhibits here at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. And Corey, the Magna Carta, of course, is the focal point of this exhibit, and rightfully so. But you guys have added a part to this exhibit as well. What exactly have you added to this?
Well, we've really tried to bring the concept of the Magna Carta and what it stands for into a stronger Canadian context. So we developed a companion exhibition on meaning and misconception. A lot of legal processes initiated by the Magna Carta have to do with an iterative process where something it happens and then it's reviewed and redone, and that's basically the sort of history of Canadian legal rights as well. So we wanted to sort of contextualize it for the Human Rights Museum and put it in a really strong Canadian context, and that's what we've done here.
So a lot to see here at this exhibit, especially for history buffs, of course. The kids, though, if you bring the kids along, maybe they're not so excited about what they would think is an 800-year-old piece of paper, right? But you guys have a lot of stuff here going on for families. What can the families do?
We have chess lessons, a giant chessboard. We have costumes, period piece costumes, so kids can dress up, take photos in garb of the period. And we have a video game on meaning and misconception, as well as calligraphy lessons and story corners and all kinds of things for basically everyone of all ages.
One for the whole family. That's going to be great. Thanks a lot for this, Corey. That's Magna Carta, Law, Liberty and Legacy at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, August 15th to September 18th.